So, hey everybody, Rostislav from Lurnby here. So just the two small updates today. So one is we've redone the kind of place where you can manage your highlights and see them in different topics. It used to be topics, now it's in highlights. It now loads significantly faster and it's arranged in a slightly different way. So you'll just see all of your highlights, but you won't see them broken down by topics. So at the very top, you'll see all of your highlights that are without topics. These are for you to organize and kind of tag them later. But then as you scroll down, for me, I have a lot of highlights without topics. As you scroll down, you will eventually get to, I have a lot of highlights lately. Yeah, okay, there you go. So you'll eventually get to the section where you have highlights that do have topics, and they'll just appear, quote unquote, like this, right? So you'll see this is the highlight, and these are all of the different topics that you've added it to. So that, as you saw, was a little cumbersome to get to the very bottom, which is why we have this ability to very quickly and easily filter all of the things that you want. So basically you start typing and it shows you all of the different topics that you have. You can add them and then apply the filter, and then voila, all of a sudden you will only see the highlights that you've tagged with these two things. So adding more to that, let's say you want to add black swans, will then re-get all of the different highlights that are now also tagged with one of these three tags. So you can remove them just as simply as that. And then you can go back to the very beginning, and then you'll see everything that was there. So that's just a very simple kind of way to begin to find things that you need. For me, one of the things that I use this for, it's like I just was texting a friend and I wanted to give her a word of encouragement before an exam, and I remembered that I had highlighted this Joseph Brodsky quote, and so I just used the actual search on this thing, and I remembered the two words that were there, and then voila, it went and found that exact quote, which I read in this book, The Biggest Bluff. And it was just that easy and that fast for me to find it by simply remembering a little bit of the words that were there. So yeah, so that's kind of this new highlights page, the new kind of filtering mechanism, and just overall the new layout. So one of the other things that we also did was we changed the review feature slightly. So now in the same way, if you come to your review, you will see all of your highlights as they're broken down into different tiers for spaced repetition. But in the exact same way, I can choose to say, well, I only currently want to practice things that I've tagged with this topic, right? And then now I will only see highlights that are in the topic black swans, and only those will be the ones that I'm reviewing, right? And then maybe I'll want to add something else to it, right? So you can add a couple, apply, and then once again, go through, and then this way you don't have to practice in the space repetition everything. You can be very specific about what you're choosing to practice today, right? Or tomorrow, or how you go. So yeah, so that's it, the highlights in the review, as well as this new filtering mechanism. So let me know what you think, and cheers guys, let's keep on learning.